All right. Welcome to Kitchen Ambush this week. We're at another local restaurant with another local chef and another new ingredient, and we're super excited to be out here. This guy that you're gonna meet today, he's worked with us on events before. He was the winning chef at a local charity chef competition, and has a long-standing history of family restaurants and amazing Italian food. So I'm Mark Conway, and this is Chef Andrea from Andrea's Labella in Ghent. And say hi to everybody at home.
How's everyone doing today?
I think everybody's doing great. Now, as we get into this, I want to remind everybody, we are live on Facebook, which means you can interact, you can ask questions. Vanessa will be running around here telling us about what you're saying, and we can actually answer those questions live while we're on camera. That sound fun?
Awesome, awesome.
Well, I got to tell you, this guy, I mean, when he first met us and we were working on Taste of Ghent earlier this year, early part of this year, you know, we came to you, you were gracious, you were welcome, and you were part of the event. But what was really exciting is you took part in our very first chef challenge that put 3 chefs cooking with only ingredients from a local elementary school cafeteria. And how was that for you?
That was fun. It was actually a pretty big challenge, but honestly, it was fun once I got in there. You know, the training and the fundamentals took over, and it was so much fun that, you know, you didn't really even think about being on a quick fire challenge. You were just like, I want to have fun and show off a little. So that's kind of what I did. And
you really got to show off a little bit. I think what's so cool about it is you were showing off from a background of being in kitchens from being a small kid.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, you know, where did all your culinary stuff come from?
So, you know, we opened our first restaurant in 1989 at the ocean front. You know, we've always been a food family. I'm 7th generation food. My grandparents, uncles, aunts, we've all had a hand in food in all the generations. And for me, I love to eat. So
of course.
I love to cook just naturally, and work in the restaurant with my mother. You know, I started kind of just learning from her, from a little bit of baking to this, that, the other. And with all the chefs I've worked with, I picked up a little bit here, a little bit there. And I used to spend my summers in Sicily, where, you know, every time I would eat, it wasn't just me going to a restaurant ordering. It was me like, I want to go in the kitchen. I want to watch.
See how it works.
I want to see how the food's being made. So I think that all those years of just learning and soaking it all in, plus the passion for cooking and eating, has really given me the tools to become successful as a chef.
And now you have your own place.
Absolutely.
And now how long have you had Andrea's?
So it'll be 10 years in December. We opened up in 2007.
Coming up fast.
Yeah, it's coming up fast, It's actually flown by. When I think about it being 10 years, I think about, wow, it feels like I just opened, because, you know, as an independent owner, chef, and the guy that wears all the hats, you take on a lot of challenges. So sometimes it doesn't seem that you've been doing it as long as you have, but we'll be celebrating 10 years here shortly.
And you really make sure that you're part of the community. You're not just here, you have a business, you know, come and see me as a restaurant. You do a lot of work in the community, in charities, to make sure you're part of that family.
I do. You know, we did the Taste Again for Elementary. It was cool. I used to participate in all the tour de cuisines for CHKD, and a lot of different events, a lot of fundraisers, a lot of donating gift certificates, and you know, door prizes for these local charities that are trying to, you know, gain some money. And I do actually one of my most proudest organizations is the Academy of Music, because they work with young kids, and it's so vital to their brain development that I believe that music and art at a very young age can really, really nurture the child's mind.
And that's two things that really go hand in hand for us, is literally music and food.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't met a chef I know for my days in kitchens, and every chef I know, there's music. That's just part of what it is. So to see those kind of tie together is pretty awesome.
Yeah, especially with my Italian background, you know, you think of Luciano Pavarotti, you think of Andrea Bocelli, think of all these singers and all these artists and inventors, and everything revolves around food for Italians. For us, it's what it is.
It absolutely is. Now, I just got to have for everybody at home again, say those two names again.
Luciano Pavarotti, Andrea Bocelli.
Exactly, because there's not a way in the world I was trying to say that.
I could do this all in Italian.
It just sounds so cool, right?
Yeah.
So now, how was it? You know, how was it coming up with you know, such a heritage and background working with your mom?
It was great. You know, she's to this day, she was my greatest fan and my best teacher. It was 50-50. She taught me a lot, but also she taught me, you know, discipline. Like, you know, I can never be late, and when I messed up, she'd be like, you know, what are you doing? You can't do that. Throw it out, start all over again. And sometimes I felt she was harder on me than some of the chefs where she was paying a lot of money to do the job, but really she was just setting me up for
where you are right now.
Absolutely.
And you know, that taught you perseverance and a lot of the things that you have to do when you're working inside of a kitchen. So, I mean, that's just really awesome to see, not only the training in a restaurant, but that lineage
and
that comes behind it.
So like I was raised inside a restaurant, literally. So you get all your, you know, your things that you learn through your family, through a working environment.
Right. So tell us, what is your signature on the menu? Everybody has, when they have their restaurant, they have that thing that their restaurant is just better at than everybody else, that you're known for.
So for us, you know, it's the signature chicken meatballs. You know, we make them with fresh ground chicken, mascarpone cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, you know, a lot of different ingredients, and then we serve them with a vodka sauce, which we make, and we use a little fennel pollen inside the sauce, and you know, we use the Smirnoff vodka when we make it, and we simmer that sauce with the chicken meatballs.
Yes, that's why it's here, just to cook.
And then toss it. No, I don't drink that ever.
No,
only when people aren't looking. And it becomes a really good dish, and people like it. And no one really makes a chicken meatball.
No, and it's amazing.
And most people are like, chicken meatball, but I tell them, try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it. And they eat it, and they're like, oh my God, so much better than a beef meatball. They're coming back for it.
Absolutely. And I can tell you from experience, that chicken meatball is banging. It is outstanding. Throw it in a sub, throw it on a plate of pasta, it doesn't matter.
You know, every time we put them on a pizza, we slice it thin, and it literally makes the whole restaurant smell like chicken meatball. It's amazing. Nice. It's amazing,
All right, so we're going to keep talking about things because there's a bunch more about your restaurant to do. But here comes that fun part that you at home are always looking for, is the ambush.
The ambush.
And to recap what we do, it's a local ingredient with a local chef at a local restaurant that's going to make one incredible dish. And we're going to spring something on him that's probably not something he's ever used in his restaurant before. But it may have some side familiarity with somebody that has something to do with it. So without further ado, the box. Now, you've seen this box been sprung on other people. You were talking today about how you saw the candy apple come out of the box and some of the things like that, and you really wanted to know what yours was going to be. So, as we go ahead and get started with this, the ingredient today is Chef David Hanna, regular Hanna, sweet pepper jelly.
Nice.
Now, we met with Chef David last week, and he was on the show, and he allowed us to bring one of his jams on the show, and jellies on the show this week. And it is amazing, the flavors, the natural ingredients.
Yeah, I wish you guys could smell this right now.
Yeah, you can get your own at a location near you. So,
absolutely.
But it is a really awesome product, and we thought, what greater combo, because you just did a dinner with David.
I did. We did the Hemmings dinner.
So you got to spend some time with him, so why not bring you one of his jellies?
That's awesome.
So what are you thinking? Where do you think you're going to go with this?
You know, so smelling it, you know, because it's a sweet pepper jelly. I haven't tasted this. I'm going to give it a taste, because that's ultimately, oh man.
And all locally made right here.
That's good. You know, I'm thinking, you know, arugula, some olives and capers.
I like the arugula.
You know, I'm thinking like a steak sandwich.
Let's do
a nice steak sandwich. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, so while you're cooking, we're going to keep talking. We're going to talk through what you're cooking, and we're also going to kind of continue to talk to you about, you know, your work in the community and that. So, and then of course, as you bring things, so what do you have here?
So I got choice fillet, 2 8-ounce choice fillets. You know, we serve these on the menu usually. Yeah, usually as an entree, pan-seared. You know, we do tons of different things with them. And it's a really great product. I like it. You got a plate real quick.
Yeah, that's a beautiful piece of meat.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, again, I can't stress enough to the people at home just how difficult it is for me to do this.
Well, for me, you know, you got, like my mother used to always say, you got to start with quality products.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't use a bunch of you know, their products, expect to get something good out of it. So normally I would like to keep these out at room temperature, but because I didn't know what we were cooking,
right.
We're gonna go with it like this. This is actually Sicilian iodized salt that comes right from Sicily. Salting is very important right at the beginning.
You can't get any more cultural than that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you want to get a nice crust on it, especially when you're grilling meats and stuff like that, because you have to have texture. I'm a big texture fan. I got some extra virgin olive oil. We're just gonna kind of let that marinate a little bit. Let that sit, just like that. I'm actually gonna move this over here while it just gets all happy.
Happy meat.
Happy meat. You gotta have happy meat.
Meat makes a good sandwich.
So what I'm gonna do, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some arugula, just like that. I'm gonna get some Kalamata black olives that we use. These are pitted Sicilian Castelvetrano olives. You know, these are the type of olives that if you go to Italy and you're riding down the countryside and you see them growing, that's normally what it's gonna be, and then they brine them and
so you just run down there, pick one off.
Yeah, you pick one off, and you know you have to brine it because by itself you can eat it, but it has no flavor. It's one of those things that has to season and brine.
Nice.
We got some capers also from Sicily, Pantelleria, which is actually amazing. If you guys ever get a chance to go to Sicily, Pantelleria is a little town that mainly produces capers, and they pick them in these little bushes, and you'll see these old guys. They look like they're 300 years old, like picking them things.
Just
like
individual capers off the bush.
Yeah, like they're picking cotton. So,
I mean, that's like, I mean, not only are you getting to learn about a local restaurant, you're going to have a great dish out of that. You're getting a little cultural lesson, really basically about some things that maybe not everybody gets to see there in Sicily.
So the first thing I'm gonna do with this pepper jam, I think I'm gonna use it in layers because I want to feature it in the different steps.
Just kind of build it layer by layer all the way through.
But I also want to get that last bite of the steak sandwich to the point where you're gonna taste it and be like, wow, it's really good. So I got balsamic here. It's actually 25-month aged balsamic. People think it's reduction, but it's not. It's just
that aging process.
I mean, the age is just like wine and oak. All right, so excuse the noise, but you know, we gotta get a little dirty here.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's just gonna just melt all those flavors together, bring everything out.
So if you're really thinking about it, this is gonna have the consistency of kind of like a mayonnaise and aioli, because you know I just wanted just enough balsamic in there to give it some texture. Now we're gonna taste this.
And so you've got a 25-month balsamic. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what, you need to be in a kitchen with a chef just for the smells.
David Regular Hanneman, your pepper is the jam right here.
See, right
the
there.
Stuff
so, you know,
is really good.
Bringing everybody all full circle. We got to see him last week. We see you this week, and now you've got some carryover from him. I'm
gonna get this bread cut open just because I want to start to kind of get a little bit to room temperature.
And so now, as the audience at home, you know, send in questions. You've got questions. You've got comments. That's what we're here to do, and that's the point of being live, is so that you can interact with us, not just watch.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the fillet right on the grill. So
you got that right on a nice big char grill.
When I cook steak, you know, people like to smash it down and, you know.
Hey Mark,
we got comments.
We have comments. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm so sorry,
no
Chef.
No worries.
I have got Josh Gregory online. He says, looking good, Chef.
Thank you,
I've also got Laura Henderson with BizConnect. Says, I wish I was there. We love Andrea's.
Oh, thank you. Tell her we love her.
You got love spreading everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So with steak, you know, you want to get the texture. I don't, you know, I like my steak medium rare. I don't like to smash it down because you bleed out all the juices. And the reason why I normally let it get to room temperature is because I want the fat to come back into it and kind of get that nice room temperature. And it takes, and you can cook it a little bit more consistency when it's not, you know, 38.9 or 38 degrees.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because then it's having to come not only cooked, but it's having to come all the way back to a temp where everything starts to work. Now, tell me a little more about here at the restaurant. You've got a side room that's separate necessarily from your main restaurant floor.
So we have a whole private dining area that we use, overflow dining. We do rehearsal dinners. You know, it's actually kind of unique because we've done events for people, people that have proposed to their fiancés, have had the engagement dinners in there, and then later have had their kids' christenings in the room.
So you're seeing families all the way through.
Absolutely. You know, with Italian, for us, we're so big on family and tradition, you know, friends and all that emotion that we put into everything that we do. So it's kind of neat to see that. But we also do corporate functions, and you know, with us, we'll do a party, 50, 60 people. You're going to get the same quality food as if you come into the restaurant.
You're not separating things out. You're literally taking care of everybody. Like they're coming to your table for family.
Every guest is literally my guest, and everything I put on the plate reflects who I am. And you know, sometimes stuff will go out, it's not 100%, and I'll go out there and be like, I'm sorry, let me remake it. But you know, we use the freshest ingredients. So I always tell my people, you know, don't mess it up by just not caring. You know, care about the food, because you don't know who's having a bad day out there, and how the food's gonna make them feel.
Food impacts that.
Exactly.
You know, if you like, just to your point, you could have a really bad day, tough day at work. You go somewhere and have an amazing plate of food from somebody who cared, and you're one of those chefs who is literally in the kitchen every day making the food. You're not pushing pencils on a clipboard.
Exactly.
You know, this is what your life is.
Exactly.
And you're sharing that life through your food with other people.
So we're gonna
So that dinner, you know, your ability to have big family dinners all the way from engagement through babies, through happy birthdays and holidays.
Corporate functions, you know, and we try to, if it's a business event, we try to respect the brand of the business by bringing that out onto the table. Because in this industry, you understand how important branding is.
And so you've got actual spots left for this holiday season right now.
Exactly. We got some spots left, and you know, call us or email us or hit us up on Facebook. You know, I'm always on the other end of it. If you're looking to do a party, no matter if it's big or small, on premise, off premise, you know, give us a call, because I promise you that you're going to be so happy with the event and with the food that you're going to get most important.
That's really awesome.
I'm actually sponsoring a local business's Halloween party this week, an Alpha Group, which is a guy that I met.
Nice.
And you know, I like him, and he was talking about food ideas. I said, you know, I'm going to sponsor it because, you know, I want you guys to have a really good time, and I want your food to be really good, and I'm just sponsoring the whole thing.
That's good.
So what do you got here? I got some smoked mozzarella. This is probably one of my favorite ingredients.
Yeah, that imparts a lot of really beautiful flavor there.
So in Italian, they call this scamorza.
All right, say that one more time.
Scamorza.
Scamorza.
So it's like it's an Italian dialect for smoked cheese.
So I didn't butcher that too bad.
No, not too bad.
Okay, good.
So here, predominantly, we'll just find smoked mozzarella.
Right.
But you know, in Italy, you get la scamorza. You're going to get whatever the local cheese is. That's going to be smoked.
And they smoke it.
So we're not going to use the ends. We're going to use it. We're just not going to cook.
You know, this is the kind of stuff that I do for you at home, so I can, you know, you can live vicariously.
Look at the sacrifice this guy's making for everybody.
You know? Oh my God, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
And it even changes that texture.
Yeah, it kind of, you know, to me, it becomes like a little bit creamier. It's really, like, I like it. I like it.
It's really good.
But one of the things we do here with is the portobello mushroom. We take it, we put a little oil on it, and we pan sear it, and then we serve it with portobello mushrooms and roasted red peppers, which is actually really nice. It's one of our big vegetarian dishes.
Oh, of course it is.
You know, people that don't eat meat or whatnot, and you know, we have a vegan menu, we have gluten-free menus. I mean, we try to make it so that we don't alienate anybody that wants to come here, because you know, if you have a group of friends and one person's vegan and one person's gluten-free,
right, you end up having to run around,
and the people are like, oh, what are we gonna do?
Well, speaking of not alienating, Vanessa's got some more comments online for you.
Nice.
We do, Chef. We have David Regular Hannah.
Oh,
David, your pepper's the jam.
He says, Andrea, what's up, Chef? Taste of Ghent says, thank you, Chef. David also says, I see you back there, Mark. And then, of course, kitchening food is striving and sacrifices of working hard. Cheese.
So I got those fillets finishing in the oven.
Nice. So you're gonna let them kind of just do their thing in there.
Yeah,
and then somebody else who's always been, a good supporter and been commenting a lot on the show is Mark.
Yeah.
From the podcast.
Yeah.
Mark and the Whizbug. He's actually here watching you live today. So we're gonna say hi to him.
Hey Mark, how's it going?
So people wanted to see more of what goes on in these kitchens and get that opportunity to understand this is not just, okay, food production. This is literally you putting your heart, your family, and what goes on in your life on the line here.
So I'm going to take this cheese, and really all I want to do with it.
You got that pan super hot with some oil.
Super hot. Because you don't want to, it's kind of like fried ice cream.
Right.
You don't want to melt it all the way, but you want to get a little bit of that color in it, and you kind of want it to get super gooey on the inside. I think this here is going to go nice as the cheese on the sandwich, because with that pepper jam and the sort of the oil that we made, it's got a lot of steak and cheese. Yeah, exactly. You got a lot of great flavors going on.
And you got the big bread here that's going to be beautiful.
We're gonna actually grill that. Once everything's ready to assemble it, we're gonna grill that nice with olive oil, grill it. We're gonna assemble it, put everything together, and hopefully we get something that everyone will be happy with.
It is wildly delicious.
Yeah.
So now, what are you got any big plans for your 10th anniversary?
No, not really. I mean, we were thinking about doing a party, but we're just so busy with the actual private parties that we actually don't even have in December a date that we can actually slack out for ourselves.
Right.
So I think I'll probably do something with the staff and the family.
That'll be
maybe something low key, maybe one of the local restaurants.
Yep.
Find someone and do a little party.
A nice partnership with another restaurant you work with. And
exactly. And I'm all about, one thing about kind of being born in New York is when we had our bakery in Brooklyn, we would always borrow from the other bakeries, and people are like, oh, it's competition. It's like, it's not competition. It's everyone's feeding their family.
It's community.
So over here, I kind of do the same thing. If I get into a jam, I can text, I can call and say, hey, it's Andrea La Bella. I need this. My truck isn't here yet. Is there any way that you could spot me 100 clams or a bag of flour or whatever?
Right. And that's one thing you're going to notice about these local restaurants and the communities that are here is that it really has become even more and more, over the more recent time, that community of chefs that have gotten together and want to see this area build to something truly special and unique.
Yeah, and I think that's what, as chefs, I think that's what we all want. We kind of, want to, we're chefs are giving people.
Yeah.
I mean, we feed people, so it's in our nature to kind of be, to care about the community. And the biggest thing that I see here is, you start building it from the ground up with the young kids.
Yep.
That's why with Lake Taylor, I love doing that. There's tons of ideas that I've always had about starting local organizations where we take these kids and show them how to community farm, and then bring them in the kitchen and show them how to cook the food, because once you learn how to cook for yourself, you'll never starve.
No.
You will never starve.
And then the questions gets asked a lot of times is, how many people are still eating around a table together?
Exactly.
And you can't always necessarily get that done at home, but you can come to one of these local restaurants like yours, like Andrea's, like the other ones that you'll see, and really have that opportunity to still have that family dinner, because you're eating with another family that lives in the same community.
Yeah, and it's so important for me, I try to do family dinner all the time. Like, it was funny, I was with my daughter yesterday, my younger daughter, and we had gotten some food, and my daughter wanted to start eating it in the car. I was like, no, sweetheart, we gotta wait till we get home. She's like, Daddy, why? Why can't you sit in the car? I said, sweetheart, it's important to always eat around the table with the people that you love, because I don't ever want eating for you to just be eating. It's got to be something more.
You want it to be that family experience that you grew up with.
And she's 4 years old, so I'm not talking like she's 8 or 10. Right. She's 4, but I try to instill that. So we're gonna put a little olive oil on here. Now you don't want to go too crazy on it, because you don't want it to burn.
Right. You just want that nice color and that.
You want the nice color, and you want the flavor. Like, we do that with our bruschettas here too. We just pop them on here, And I tell you, you got to be careful, because 45 seconds later, you'll have like
burnt bread.
Yeah, you'll have burnt bread.
And watch it like you're doing here. You turn it.
Yeah.
Because one side will be a little hotter than another, so you've got to make sure you get the rotation in.
Even the grilled bread smells so good.
It really does. I can't tell you how good all it smells. You got more for us, Vanessa?
We have more.
All right, let's hear what you got.
More. So we've got Matt Harris who says, the food and service at Andrea Labella's is excellent.
Thank you, Matt.
Every single time I go, Andrea is also always there making sure everything is perfect. And we got Bryce Cakes also saying, what up, chef? And
What's up, Bryce?
Doug Markman says, I can smell the good food from here. And of course, Kevin F., thanks so much for watching.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the other thing I notice when I come here is there's never been a time that I've come here that you haven't come out and greeted people yourself. Even though you're the one doing the majority of the cooking back here, you still take the minute to go say hi to everybody so that they feel like family while they're here.
Well, you know, it's important for me. At the end of the day, we're in the hospitality business.
Right.
You know, if you're not being hospitable and making people feel that, you know, you want them to come back, really all you end up doing is you're just competing for people's money.
Right.
And that's the one thing as a restaurant owner you never want to get into. You know, you see a lot of these big chains now closing their brands down after 30 years. It's because they forgot that they were in hospitality.
They're the people.
Exactly. They're like, oh, volume. If we make it cheap enough and fast enough, people are going to buy it. But as you can see, that doesn't work
anymore. That's not what people are looking for, that opportunity to connect. And that's something that is so important to us on Kitchen Ambush, is to show what local means. And that's exactly what it is. That's what you're going to get out of local chefs, local restaurants, because these people are your neighbors.
Yeah,
you know, you live next door to a lot of the people that even come in, and then you're going to see other chefs that you've met along the way. And it's because we all live and work and support the same community.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
I mean, that's just... And obviously, you want to cook it a little more, you can. To me...
It's just to your flavor, your taste.
To how you like it. So
beautiful
we got
marking on the outside.
This one's on the rare side. We're going to put this one on a little bit more, just for if anybody wants it a little bit more cooked. I like mine like super rare. I mean...
And that is pretty... And that's one thing, you know, you get a good piece of beef, the coloring is amazing.
Yeah,
you're not
really
seeing all that red dye on it. You'll see it a lot of, you know, commercially done beef. It's just a really pretty piece of meat.
All right, so
we got the bread coming out of the oven.
Got the bread
cheese
coming
is melted.
out.
And I was watching, you know, when I was watching the cheese coming out of the pans, the way all I could think of was like a s'more.
Yeah.
Like how that marshmallow works on the outside, gets kind of toasted on the outside, gooey on the inside.
All right, so I'm going to start with...
so now you're going to start layering the sandwich up.
I'm going to start with one layer of this right on the bottom here. You know,
really get that flavor distributed all the way through. And I love arugula.
Yeah. So the amazing thing about grilling bread is all the nuttiness that you're actually going to get out. You know, you're going to get out from the bread because you got that wheat and you're going to kind of toast it up in there. And it's going to bring out so much flavor. Like, that's why we do it for the bruschetta. And in the summer when we get like the heirloom tomatoes and we put it all on there, we grate the garlic on and all those little things that you're doing that just make all the difference in the world. I'm going to put...
So we're going to go back with some more fresh arugula.
Yeah, some, you know, for a little bit of the bite.
But we also, again, keeping those flavors consistent and layering them through.
All right, we're going to go with the smoked mouths. Actually, I'm going to cut some of that. Just like that.
And the care, you know, it's the care and the artistry of really putting something together that looks great, that smells great, that tastes great.
And you want, you know, food has to be like, you go to places that, you know, you get these dishes and they're like artful and beautiful, and then you go to eat it and as soon as you move something, like the thing falls apart.
The whole thing comes out.
Yeah, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do now?
Right,
so we're going to take this is the star right here. Everything else is pretty much...
And it gives us some beautiful color in the addition of the dish.
You know, what I like right off the bat after I'm getting down to dough, what I really like about this jam is you actually, you can see the pepper in there. You know, it's not just like a preserve, you know, where it's kind of like you're not really sure, you know, if it's real peppers or what they're doing.
Or if it's just some artificial blend.
Exactly.
You know? And that's the thing about these locally made products. You can read and pronounce and understand everything in them. Exactly. And I love when I was talking to him about it, that he always uses apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, I love
which is one of my favorites.
That won me the taste again.
Yep.
Was the apple cider vinegar that I used, because I was looking for some sort of like wine component, and like I didn't really have one, so I was just like, I don't know what to do. So
what do we got here in the magic can?
This is fennel pollen. This is super expensive. This is fennel pollen. So
oh wow,
this
that's
to
strong.
me,
It's like straight up just.
This is like, I call this the magic.
The
we
magic.
put a little bit on there. We use that.
I mean, that smell is so strong. It's almost like you can taste the black.
Exactly. You know, we use that quite a bit. So put that the right way.
Oh, cheese is trying to make a run for it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, no, don't eat me. No,
Big toasty bun.
You're gonna get got, son. This sandwich is gonna be eaten. So
like
we're gonna cut that in a few pieces. I'm gonna grab a plate.
Right on. That's a nice big plate.
Yeah.
Can have room for a sandwich like that.
Exactly. So, you know, and stuff like this is good. You have people over for brunch. You know, you want to throw a fried egg on that? That's that's like a brunch sandwich. So, you know, for us, when we make food, we always make it thinking, you know, another 40 people are going to show up to eat, because, you know, you'd rather have more and not need it,
right,
than have two.
Well, I mean, what's wrong with a good leftover?
Exactly.
Because you know, once you're done cleaning up after everything, you're sitting down and you're reminiscing.
That's kind of why, like, I love Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm just like,
that's like the meal that keeps on giving. I'm gonna steal this real quick. You got to try that.
So, I mean, this is just.
That's amazing.
Yeah, steak is. I mean, it's steak. Like, I often thought about, like, you know, going on like a meatless diet, and then I'm like, I don't know.
How do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
I mean, the salt on that comes through so nicely. It just has the little bits of salt, and that's salt use. I love that.
Yeah. We got that.
I'm just going to layer this up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, that's fantastic.
I mean, wait till you taste it with the smoked mozzarella.
Oh,
you're gonna get that.
Just that taste of mozzarella, and then to watch it in the pan and just see it start to melt.
Exactly. You're gonna get this like whole different components.
I can tell you, I'm hungry. Like, legit.
Yeah.
I had some of the cheese already. I could have some of the steak already. I can't wait to see how this comes together, especially with Chef David's jam.
Yeah. This jam is good, man.
That is good.
This jam is really, really good. I'm gonna change up the combo on it because I want to see about some variation.
That bright acidity that brings it up. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I think that's it.
There's Sammy number 2. Because we always have to have 2 of everything on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Ilse is just going to make the food look even better.
You know, with me, when you have 2 daughters, you always got to buy 2 of everything.
Everything.
There's no such thing as, oh, we're going to get this one.
And everybody's going to share.
No,
that doesn't exist.
Even birthdays, it's like it's one person's birthday by default.
Yep.
Everybody's getting presents.
I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to pass this on to our champion of the lens. There you go. We got our champion of the lens who's all excited with the play. So you got to watch her. She'll go and take the pictures. She's like, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go take pictures. You look back over, the sandwich is gone.
What happened?
I don't know. I was here. Or Victor. You know, Victor will get on that. Get off the camera. Next thing, everything's gone.
Stuff is good.
And then they want to fuss at me because I didn't share what I had. But this is ours.
It is.
This is the kitchen plate right here. All right, so we're ready to dig in on this.
All right.
Because I can't wait to taste it. So I'm gonna grab mine. Go ahead.
You grab yours. I like the end.
Look at that. I mean, you've got all the layer.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
That is good. You got the texture of the meat. That cheese.
Right.
Is on point. But then you get the acidity from the jam. And oh man, that's good stuff. Well, I wish you could be here to try this. Maybe one of these days we'll have some kind of thing where everybody can come out and try the food. But until then, please feel free to live through me on it. And oh, dude, this is amazing.
This would actually make a nice crostini for a weekend special with the jam, a little bit of the components on there.
That absolutely would. Yeah. And so, to see that kind of collaboration, it's another local chef you work with. Now you're getting to work with one of his products, and It's just that cycle of collaboration with working through everybody and these guys.
Oh my God.
I gotta say, that has been a successful ambush. Killed it.
Thank you.
I'm super happy to have that kind of a sandwich right around lunchtime.
Oh my God.
You know, so when you're figuring out where you're gonna go tonight, where you're gonna go throughout the week and this weekend, come to see this guy right here. Chef Andrea, it has been a blast. Oh yeah, and pick up your regular Chef jellies.
Oh my God, there's nothing regular about this.
Oh no.
I'll tell you.
Oh no, he's playing it small to let you just get that, you know, good, you know, what's the old saying about under promise, over deliver? All of today has been under promise and over deliver, but you can never under promise with this guy. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, thank you.
It was good to see you again.
Absolute pleasure, and I had a blast. And anytime I get a really great local ingredient and get to throw some food together on the fly and make something that's really good, I'm happy.
And we're totally eating all the rest of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll test some of your products you have set up here.
Not the vodka, not the vodka or the sambuca.
No, not at all. It's too early for that. But I just want to say, look for Chef Andrea on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, just everywhere.
Yeah.
Come out to the restaurant, keep up with what he's doing, because you'll see him doing more in the community. Then, of course, find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, especially on YouTube, on youtube.com/kitchenambush. Hit the subscribe button and you'll be the first to know everything that we've got going on, because I think there's going to be some exciting developments over the next few weeks that you'll want to know about and see what else we've got going on with this guy and others. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you next week.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
I'm not, man, I'm just eating.
Go ahead.
Dude, that is...